Hi guys and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm bringing you another masterpiece that I'm sure I'm gonna regret at some point in the future. That's why I'm seizing this moment when I know no regret to film this video, so I hope that you find this video at least entertaining. So today's topic is something that will probably get me into some troubles, but I think that I have to get this off my chest because I think that I will do society a huge public service if I film this video. So let's cut the bullcrap and get into the main dish today. How do you detect a fuckboy in Korea? Now, for the sake of this video, I'm just gonna clear up a few things about myself. I am very open-minded and I can easily accept a mutually beneficial kind of partnership, if you will, for the sake of both sides, of course. But I do not enjoy being led on and then tricked into some kind of toxic relationship where I can only be treated as a sex doll. The same things go to all of you who are watching this video. If you want that kind of relationship, then do you. But if you want something more serious, something that is far away from this kind of relationship, then maybe this video is for you. All the red flags that I'm going to mention in this video do not definitively indicate that someone is a fuckboy, but if the guy you are talking to have more than 3 out of all these red flags that I'm going to mention, then maybe, just maybe, you need to be alarmed and maybe, just maybe, he is a fuckboy. So I run an Instagram account where I post pictures of me wearing clothes that I like, and since my style is a little bit chic and sexy, if I dare to say, I get a lot of catcalling DMs here and there. And let me tell you, most of the DMs start off very innocent, but after the first greetings, things can spiral in a lot of directions, and this is where I'm going to insert my list of red flags. Number 1, if the guy keeps complimenting you in a kind of passive-aggressive way, like 몸에 진짜 미쳤다, 몸에 진짜 죽이시네요, then be alarmed. Korean people tend to be very generous when it comes to compliment. People tend to compliment my Korean even though the only thing I ever said to them was 안녕하세요. So you would probably think that 1 or 2 compliments once in a while is not gonna hurt anyone. But if the guy you are talking to keeps complimenting you, especially your body, then stay alarmed. Because if that's the case, then maybe the only thing that stands out in his eyes is your body. The only thing that he wants to get is your body, not a normal long-lasting friendship with you. Number 2, if the guy asks you if you drink and insists on having a drink with you even when you say no, then he is possibly up to no good. Drinking culture is a part of Korean culture, so the question alone doesn't mean much, and I think that you don't have to pay much attention to it. But if the guy keeps on insisting on having a drink with you nonetheless even when you say no, then he is a fuckboy and you need to be aware. He would probably say something like 그래도 저랑 같이 한잔할래요? And even though it sounds like a harmless kind of suggestion, it can be a form of gaslighting to force you into saying yes. So if you don't like anything or anyone, just straight up say no. Because if you don't, he would probably try to feign, innocence and press on and insist you even more until you say yes. Number 3, if the guy asks you to look at his picture of his body or tries to describe his body to you by words, then oh baby, he's a fuckboy. I don't know the reason behind this. Maybe to confirm his sex appeal or give his ego a boost, because I don't know about you guys, but I personally can't talk trash about anyone's body, and that's why I always end up with a compliment. Or maybe he just thinks that his body is good enough to turn you on or increase the non-existent sexual tension between you two. If this ever happens, just reply with something straightforward or choppy to get yourself across without sounding too much like a douchebag. Number 4, if the guy tries to get personal by asking questions regarding your ideal type, but then only pays attention to the physical part, then he is a fuckboy. For example, if the guy asks you what kind of body you want to see in a man rather than, what kind of personalities you want to see in a man, then you know what I want to say here. For me, I tend to answer with something vague like, I like people who look healthy, to avoid further question, of course. But sometimes it backfires on me and I have to see through a few more intrusive questions like, do you like tall guy because I'm pretty tall? The guy would try to fit himself into my ideal type to convince me that he is someone who is worth meeting, and no, he is not. Number 5. If the guy reassures you of your insecurities and then follows up with something like, I wish you were my girlfriend, then it would be a red flag for me. It would be fine if you two have been talking for a while and you two are familiar with each other's personalities. But if he keeps on, saying this on the first time you two ever talk, then maybe, just maybe, he just want to get a piece of you. Because if you think about it, not a single guy wants to date someone he met once online. I myself don't want to meet or date a guy that I just met once online, to be very honest with you. Because I don't know what kind of person he is. He can be a psychopath. Who knows? So as much as I love my current body, I used to hate my body so much. Like, I always thought that my body was not good enough, it was not pretty enough, and I did not hide my insecurities at all. So this one guy that I talked to on Instagram, he kept complimenting me and then reassuring me that you are pretty enough, and then follows up with something like, I wish you were my girlfriend, I wish my girlfriend were you, etc, etc, etc. I was a dumbass back then. So as you may have guessed, I was tricked into becoming a part of his collection. So no matter how sweet he may sound, I hope you will stay woke and will be able to defeat all of these manipulation tactics. Number 6. If the guy suggests hanging out at your place, say no. Most of the guys I talk to live with their parents or siblings, so bringing anyone home is out of the question. That's why they would always suggest hanging out at your place. If you ever doubt them of having, bad intentions or weird intentions, they would turn it on you for having bad thoughts about them. And the reason why they do this is because, especially when you live alone, your home becomes some place that is very private, which creates an ideal environment for any kind of intimate skinship. So I had my past that I want to bury 6 feet under like forever, in which I let a few guys into my home, and I regretted most of it, to be honest with you. All of them would try to put their hands on me one way or another, either putting their hands around my shoulder or try to hold my hand or putting their hands on my legs in a subtle ways. I have seen it all. And they all said that they want to watch a movie with me, or they said that they want to have a drink at my place. No alcohol. But then again, my old house was really cozy, so I can actually, get behind this. But now I know that all they wanted was for me to be naked under them. Number 7. If the guy texts you like crazy on the first day and then he disappears, if you ever show signs of you rejecting him the next day, then he doesn't care about you at all. This happens with all the guys that I talk to here in Korea. Thank God they are consistent with their douchebag nature. This happens because once the guy realizes that he is not going to make any progress with you, he will give up on you and then move on to another target that he deemed just as vulnerable. I had it worse actually. I was tricked and I was led to believe that there was something special between me and him. And once he got what he wanted, his texts just got rare until eventually he got sick of playing with me and he just disappeared all of a sudden. I am of course much more wiser now, so if I don't like anyone or anything, I would just straight up say no. But this happens to me just a few days ago. And as soon as I rejected the guy and showed signs of like, I don't approve of what you are doing to me, the guy just disappeared and stopped contacting me almost immediately. But then of course there are also long-time pursuers who refuse to give up on you. And this leads to red flag number 8. If the guy keeps on bringing up sexual topics, then he is of no good. I officially cut off with this one guy that I was trying to talk to in a friendly way just a few days ago. He kept bringing up sexual topics around me and didn't even hide the fact that he wanted to sleep with me. I was extremely uncomfortable, so I warned him to never bring up any sexual topic around me and to respect my decision to stay platonic with him if he still considered me a friend. I thought that he did consider me a friend until he shamelessly asked me for a hand job when I was comfortable enough to bring him into my home. Needless to say, I kicked him out of my house immediately. I mean, in the most polite way possible, and let him know that I wish he would never ever come back ever again. Aside from all the red flags that I mentioned above, there are still a lot more red flags that I have yet to cover, but no matter how long my list goes on, I won't be able to cover, every manipulation tactic out there, since no one manipulates people the same way. So take this list of mine with a grain of salt, maybe a pinch. My final advice for you guys is to stay reasonable and do not be afraid to say no. And if you have any doubt about someone, about the person that you are talking to, try talking to your friend about it, because sometimes outsiders tend to have a much more clearer judgment of the situation than the insiders. And then also watch the others' behaviors and way of speaking, because sometimes they can give away someone's true intentions. And that's it for today's video. I hope that you find this video somewhat entertaining, because I do. I wanted to make this video so bad. Like, I was contemplating on whether I should make this video, because obviously this is somewhat, controversial kind of topic, and I don't want to stereotype all the Korean men that I met here in Korea, because some of them are really good people. But if you're watching this video and the person that you're talking to suddenly popped up in your head, then maybe, just maybe, you need to reconsider meeting him or talking to him more. Because if you are someone who is living alone in Seoul like me, then maybe you would want to stay away from toxic relationships most of the time. Even though I'm saying that this list of mine is a little bit, lacking, and it's not the best list in the world, and it's not indicate that someone is definitively a fuckboy. I want you to watch this video and then reconsider and then rethink about the person that you are talking to, whether he is serious with you, whether he is trying to play with you. Just stay out of all toxic relationships and keep your mental health in a good condition. That's all I want to say. Thank you for watching this video to the end. I hope you are all doing well, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!